Hi everybody. In this video, I want to discuss another question that I see a lot in the sort of Facebook groups here in Sri Lanka, and that's just how to get a driver's license in Sri Lanka, how you can drive actually legally. Uh, a lot of people don't, so it's probably best that you do. So, if you have a driver's license in your country, wherever it may be, you can then get an international driver's permit, which will usually allow you to drive without anything else in a foreign country. Unfortunately, in Sri Lanka, that isn't the case. You then also need to get a what's called a sort of a recognition permit. So it's like they sort of check it here and just make sure that it's all valid, and then you pay more, and then you're fine to drive. So there's a couple of places where you can get that. Usually, you would get it at the I think it's like a Salon Automotive Association or something, at Gallface Green in Colombo, sort of in that area. So you just go in there with your international permit, and you do need an international permit to be able to go there and get the recognition permit on top of that. So I think I can't even tell you how much it is. It's not that expensive. You go there, they'll just sort of check it, and then they'll write out sort of a document. When I did it, I don't think they gave you an actual like little card license as well. I think they do now. I've sort of seen photos of people. When I did it, they just gave you like this bit of paper, and yeah, then you're right to drive, but provided you actually have a license of that vehicle that you are licensed to drive. I think some people seem to think that, say you have like a car license, then you come to Sri Lanka and you get an international driver's license, and then you exchange that, and then you are automatically able to just drive like ride a motorbike and stuff. It's kind of yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. So you do need to actually be licensed in your country for the vehicle that you're driving as well. So that's another thing. I don't really know how that one sort of works, but yeah. So there's the different categories. I think it's like A, B, C, D, E, and F. In Australia, we don't have those, so that was kind of annoying. Ours just says like car, and then for motorbike it says R1, which made things even more confusing. So, but yeah, then it's on the international permit, it'll have like a stamp for the A for motorbikes and all that, B for cars, and then C for like buses and D, like all those. I don't know exactly, but so then yeah, then they'll give you sort of a printout and a little card as well. I'm pretty sure it's just for the duration of your visa. So that's how you would do it if you're just coming as a tourist. Then if you have like a residence permit here, or I think maybe if you somehow have like a really long tourist visa, like over 6 months, you can do it this way as well, because it does say it needs like a visa valid for 6 months to then do it this way, which is then you go to the Werahera office. I think it's in. It's called like Boros Walugam or something. It's just a bit south of Colombo, so even south of like. Oh no, it's sort of like in a little bit from Mount Lavinia. So if you Google it, I mean, it's going to come up. Anyway, so that's like a big sort of district. Big sort of like, not building, but this whole setup of whatever. But yeah, you go there, and if you don't have the international permit, you didn't get one in your country, you can still do the exchange here, but you have to go to this Werahera office. You can't do it at the automotive salon thing in at the Gallface Green. So you have to, if you've got the international permit from your country, go to the Gallface Green one. If you don't have it, go to this Werahera office. And also, if you have a residence permit and you want to actually, that gives you the ability to exchange your foreign license to an actual Sri Lankan license. So, and then that's valid for like 10 years. So, but again, only the vehicles that you're actually allowed to drive. Like, so I don't know how that one sort of works. I think that there's a way as well that people sort of will come and then they go to they get their license exchanged, but then they're allowed to actually drive like tuk-tuks and stuff. I really I don't know how that one works, so that I can't tell you anything about. But somehow, and I think it's all legal, which makes to me is just weird. Like, how can you have never driven a tuk-tuk? You're not licensed to drive one, but then you're just given like a valid license for one. I don't know how that one works, but that's. But anyway, this is for then just for mainly for like motorbikes or cars and that. So yeah, if you have a residence permit, go to this Werahera office. You can just exchange it there, and then they'll give you an actual valid license for like 10 years. Also, the same if you're a dual citizen, you still have to go to this Werahera office. You can't do it in the district where you live like a normal Sri Lankan person, because I tried and they're like, no, you have to go up to Colombo, which was annoying. So yeah, so as I said, if you've in your country, get an international driver's permit prior to leaving, and then you can go to the office at the Golf Face Green, and just they'll give you a temporary license. If you didn't get the international permit in your country before leaving, that's okay, but then you'll have to go to this Werahera office, and they can do the same thing. They can give you the temporary one for the duration of your visa, based on the vehicles that you're actually licensed to drive at the time. If you have a residence visa, you have to go to this Werahera office, and then they'll give you an actual proper Sri Lankan driver's license that's valid for 10 years, based on the vehicles that you're allowed to drive. And also, if you have a residence visa, you can then get a learner's permit for other vehicles, like, and then your license after that. Same with dual citizenship as well. If you have that, you still got to go to this Werahera office if you weren't born in anybody who wasn't born in Sri Lanka. Yeah, you got to go to this Werahera one, unless, as I said, you got the international permit and you're just a tourist. You can go to this automotive salon association at Golface Green. So yeah, hope this has sort of been helpful. A little bit confusing, but anyway, I'll speak to you next time.